All right. So, you're listening to this deep dive today because you're dedicated to research, the hard sciences.
Yeah.
Maybe you're, wrestling with quantum mechanics
Yeah.
or, you're engineering some novel biomaterials,
Yeah.
or maybe you're, just trying to untangle the mysteries of the human genome.
Yeah. It's for the big questions.
And we get it. We totally respect that rigor and commitment you bring to your work.
Yeah.
We really do.
Absolutely.
But today we're kind of taking this different angle.
Okay.
One that this expert, Dr. Ari Masudi,
Right.
was a deep tech marketing and business expert.
Okay.
He thinks that this is like a huge potential area for researchers like you.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the world of industry consulting and
Right.
and how you can leverage your specialized knowledge for, additional income.
So using your deep knowledge to make some money on the side.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's interesting. And who is this Dr. Masudi?
Yeah, so he's got a background in molecular biology, and he's worked with tons of, deep tech startups and big businesses.
So he's seen both sides.
Yeah.
He's kind of seen this fascinating disconnect.
Okay.
He sees like this huge reservoir
Yeah.
of incredibly valuable expertise just sitting there within academia
Yeah.
that isn't always, recognized for how valuable it could be commercially.
So there's this potential there that people in academia aren't really realizing.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
he's specifically calling out researchers like you
Oh, okay.
in all sorts of different fields,
Yeah.
from the formal sciences all the way to the health sciences,
Right.
as having these skills and knowledge that companies really want.
That they're willing to pay for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's interesting.
So our mission in this deep dive is basically to, directly use his insights
Okay.
to explore this
This disconnect.
untapped gold mine, as he calls it.
Untapped gold mine. I like that.
Yeah, and we want to show you
Yeah.
why the expertise that you've cultivated.
In your specific scientific domain.
Right.
Whether that's physics or chemistry or biology or engineering or, any of the foundational sciences.
Any of the hard sciences, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not only academically significant,
Okay.
but it also has, serious value for businesses and industries.
Who are looking for very specialized guidance.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So think of this as like our, concise way of giving you an overview
of this opportunity
this potentially very, very rewarding opportunity.
to make some money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so when he talks about this gold mine,
Right.
it's not just, a catchy term or anything.
Yeah.
He really thinks.
He means it.
Yeah, he really means it. He argues that all those years
That you've spent
that people spend
mastering these really intricate scientific domains have like inherently given you
Yeah.
this powerful toolkit of analytical skills,
Right.
problem-solving methodologies, and just like a deep understanding of these fundamental principles.
Like the foundations of your field.
Yeah, and these are actually the exact attributes
Real.
that so many companies are looking for and willing to pay for.
And how much are we talking? Are they like willing to pay, $100 an hour? Or
Oh, no.
more than that.
They're willing to pay way more than that.
Wow.
He mentions figures like $200 to $600 an hour.
Per hour.
Yeah, for expert scientific consultation.
So you could like quit your job.
Potentially.
I-
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's dig into that. Like, why is there this demand?
Yeah, why do they want this?
Why is there this demand from industry for academic scientific expertise?
Right.
He highlights this key factor.
Okay.
The willingness of companies to just invest a ton of money
Wow.
in accessing this specialized knowledge.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
So what kind of problems are these companies facing that require this kind of expertise? It's really fascinating the types of problems that he's talking about. These companies are dealing with.
Yeah.
They're often grappling with these, really complex technical or scientific challenges
Okay.
that are just beyond what their in-house teams can handle.
So they need someone to come in from the outside.
Yeah, they need someone who has that deep understanding of the underlying science.
Okay.
Like almost intuitive.
Yeah.
Someone who can not only, diagnose the issue,
Right.
but also like come up with really innovative solutions
Right.
that are based on like established scientific principles and cutting edge research.
So they need someone who's really on top of their field.
Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
So obviously like what a consulting engagement actually looks like
Right.
is going to depend on your specific field.
Yeah.
But we can think about some like broad examples to
Okay.
kind of get a sense of what he's talking about.
No, what would this look like?
Yeah, so like let's say you have someone with expertise in advanced materials.
Okay.
They might be consulting with like a manufacturing company
Right.
that's trying to develop like stronger, lighter, or more sustainable products.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Or, someone who specializes in bioinformatics.
Right.
They could be super valuable
Yeah.
to like a pharmaceutical firm that's analyzing these massive genomic data sets, trying to, find new drug targets.
Yeah.
Or another example, like an expert in computational fluid dynamics
Right.
might be advising an aerospace company
Okay.
on how to, optimize the aerodynamic design of their aircraft.
So it's really applying this specialized knowledge to these real problems.
Exactly. It's about taking that deep ingrained knowledge
Yeah.
and using it to solve these tangible real-world problems.
I see.
And what Dr. Masudi emphasizes
Yeah.
is that those core intellectual skills that you've honed in academia,
Right.
that rigorous approach to problem solving,
Yeah.
the ability to think critically and analytically.
And that deep foundational understanding of scientific principles,
Right.
those are the valuable assets
Okay.
that so many companies just don't have
Yeah.
internally.
And so they need someone to come in and provide that.
Yeah, and they're looking for that depth of insight
Okay.
to drive their innovation, to overcome technical hurdles, and to gain a competitive edge.
Interesting. So it's not just about, doing some work on the side and making some extra cash.
Right.
It's like it's benefiting them in all these other ways.
Exactly.
Okay.
And beyond the clear financial incentives that he points out,
Yeah.
he also talks about some other really compelling advantages of consulting.
Like what?
It's not purely about the extra income,
Yeah.
is it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He talks about how you can have like a real impact
Yeah.
on the world.
A real world
Yeah.
impact.
You get to see the results of your work,
Yeah.
which you don't always get in academia.
Totally. And he makes a really compelling case
Okay.
that potential for real world impact.
Yep. Is a huge motivator for people.
Okay. So you're not just like, writing a paper that maybe 5 people read.
Right.
You're actually seeing your work make a difference.
You're seeing the tangible results of your expertise
Yeah.
by applying your knowledge to solve practical problems.
Yeah.
And you're contributing to outcomes that you can actually, see and touch.
Okay.
It's a different kind of satisfaction
Yeah.
compared to, the more abstract rewards of academic research and publishing.
Interesting.
And beyond that sense of impact.
Oh, yeah.
He also talks about the networking benefits.
Oh, yeah. Networking is huge.
Yeah. So how does engaging with industry in this way
Yeah.
help you expand those crucial professional connections?
That's a good question.
Because, if we think about like the broader trajectory of your academic career,
Okay.
he's suggesting that consulting can really broaden your network
Yeah.
and enhance your reputation beyond just the university.
Okay. Outside of academia.
Yeah. And by interacting with professionals in different industries,
Uh-huh.
you're making relationships that could lead to, research collaborations
Right.
or new funding sources for your work.
Oh, yeah.
Or, even attract talented students who are
Mhm.
excited to see their research, translated into real-world applications.
So it can actually help you in your academic career.
Yeah, and this industry recognition can even increase the visibility of your core academic research,
Interesting.
potentially even leading to more media attention.
Wow. So you get more well-known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like building a bridge between these two separate worlds of academic discovery and commercial application.
Right.
And he also touches on how this engagement with industry
Good.
can actually help you advance in your academic career.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so he explains that by positioning yourself as someone who gets the needs of industry
Okay.
and can contribute to practical solutions,
Uh-huh.
you become a much more attractive partner for industrial sponsors
Yeah.
who are, looking to fund university research
Right.
and top PhD students and postdocs.
Yeah.
They're often drawn to work with academics who have that real-world impact.
Right. They want to see their work actually being used.
Exactly, and
Mhm.
who can offer them connections and opportunities beyond, just the traditional academic path.
So it's like this mutually beneficial cycle.
Totally, it is.
You help them, they help you.
Yeah, and importantly, he emphasizes that this doesn't have to be like an all or nothing choice.
Okay.
It can be a lucrative side hustle
Yeah, just something you do on the side.
that complements your academic pursuits.
That's great.
So now I'm sure that for a lot of you listening,
Yeah.
the idea of stepping into the world of consulting
Right.
might seem kind of scary.
It could be a little intimidating.
Or like there are all these obstacles.
Yeah.
And he actually addresses some of these common myths
Oh,
that
yeah.
he encounters.
What are some of those myths?
So one of the big ones is that you have to leave academia to do consulting.
Okay.
And he's like, no, that's not true at all. He says that so many academics
Yeah.
successfully start consulting part-time.
Oh, okay. So they keep their academic job.
Yeah, they keep their academic job.
And they just do a little consulting on the side.
Exactly.
Like a side hustle.
Yeah, freelance basis.
Okay.
Maybe, dedicating a few hours a month.
That's manageable.
Yeah.
So that's good to know.
Yeah.
What about the myth that, like, companies won't pay for their expertise?
Right, because it's so specific.
Yeah.
He addresses that too.
What does he say about that?
He says that industry has this critical and often urgent need
Yeah.
for that specific, highly specialized knowledge
Okay.
to solve their problems and to innovate.
Right.
They're not looking for general business advice.
No, they need the experts.
You need the experts.
Okay.
They need the people who have that deep understanding of these complex scientific and technical domains. And he points to those hourly rates as evidence that they're willing to pay.
Okay, so they are willing to pay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
And then finally,
Yeah.
he acknowledges this feeling
Yeah.
that I think a lot of people in academia have,
Okay.
which is this uncertainty about how to sell themselves
Right.
or how to sell their expertise.
Yeah, because it's not something you're really taught in academia.
Exactly. You're not trained to do that.
No.
And he says that this isn't because they lack ability. It's
Yeah.
just that it's a skill set that they haven't been taught.
Okay.
And he's very optimistic
Okay.
that it's a learnable skill.
So you can learn how to do it?
You can learn how to do it.
Okay.
He thinks that with the right guidance and a structured approach, academics can really effectively communicate their value to potential clients and tell them how their expertise can address the business needs.
So how to talk the talk.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And this is what leads us to his program.
Okay, so tell me about his program.
He outlines these key areas that his training covers.
Okay.
And it's essentially like a practical roadmap for scientists who want to get into consulting.
So it takes you from, A to Z.
Yeah, step by step.
Okay.
And what's really valuable is that he takes this process, which can feel really intimidating, of becoming a consultant.
Yeah.
And he breaks it down
Okay.
into concrete, actionable steps.
That's great.
So he starts by helping academics understand the consulting landscape.
Okay.
And how their skills and experience fit in.
So where they fit in.
Exactly.
Okay.
And importantly,
Yeah.
he helps them figure out how much their expertise is worth
Okay.
and how to set competitive rates.
So you know how to price yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And he gets into some really practical things too.
Like what?
Like how to network on LinkedIn.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
Which, let's be honest, for a lot of academics feels like a totally different world.
Yeah, for sure.
And he also covers, creating a consulting offer
Yeah.
that clearly and persuasively tells the client what value you're bringing.
So how to sell yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
And he also talks about consulting interviews,
Oh, yeah.
because those can be pretty daunting too. And he helps you prepare for those.
Okay.
And talks about how they're different from academic interviews.
Interesting.
And he also emphasizes the importance of building a personal brand
Okay.
that really resonates with clients.
So like your reputation.
Yeah. And helps you stand out.
Okay.
And he covers like the nuts and bolts of getting clients and making sure that they're happy with your services.
That's really important.
So he talks about strategies for, getting those first consulting engagements.
Right.
And then how to cultivate those relationships so that you get repeat business.
So they keep coming back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he gives advice on how to structure your engagements, how to price your services, how to deliver your services, and basically how to build a successful practice.
So it's like the whole package.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
And he even talks about common pitfalls
Okay.
that new consultants might fall into.
Yeah.
And shares his keys to success.
That's great.
So it's a really comprehensive guide to kind of demystifying this whole process.
Sounds like it.
And he has a direct invitation for anyone who's intrigued.
What's that?
He says if you're listening and you're thinking, this is something I want to learn more about, he wants you to drop an I am interested in the comments.
Okay.
And then you'll get more information about his program.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, super easy.
So just leave a comment.
Exactly.
Okay, I might do that myself.
So to sum it all up,
Yeah.
We've explored this huge potential for academic researchers in the hard sciences to use their knowledge for industry consulting.
And make some extra money.
And make some extra money.
Yeah.
And Dr. Masudi really believes that the expertise that you've worked so hard for is incredibly valuable, and that it can be used to solve real-world problems and generate income and broaden your impact.
And you don't have to leave your academic job.
And you don't even have to leave your academic job.
That's great.
And as you think about this, a really compelling thought that he leaves us with is to consider how your specific area of expertise is relevant to the challenges and opportunities in different industries.
So like, what unique knowledge do I have that could be useful to a company?
Exactly. What insights do you have from your years of research that companies might be looking for and willing to pay for right now?
Wow.
It's about recognizing that intersection between the cutting-edge discoveries that are happening in your labs and the practical solutions that industry needs. And it's a potentially very rewarding intersection.
That's a really interesting point. I think I'm going to have to think about that.
Yeah, I think we all should.
Definitely.
All right, that's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
It was great.
Yeah, it was fun.